Imagine digging through scorching desert sands, your hands raw from the heat, and suddenly uncovering a sealed tomb untouched for 5,000 years. Inside lies a skeleton over 12 feet tall, bones thick as tree trunks, a skull with eyes that seem to stare from another world. Then the DNA test comes back, not human but something alien linked to the Anunnaki, gods from ancient Sumerian myths who came from the stars. This isn't Hollywood fiction, it's a real discovery that could shatter everything we know about where we came from. Your heart races as the truth sinks in. What if humanity wasn't born alone? What if we were shaped by visitors from the sky? Stay with me. This story will grip you, shake you, and maybe change how you see yourself forever. The sun beats down like a hammer on the endless plains of southern Iraq, where the air shimmers with heat and the wind whispers secrets long buried. It's 2000, and a team of German archaeologists, led by the determined Dr. York Fastbender, has just received a rare permit to explore a forbidden stretch of land near the ruins of Uruk. Uruk isn't just any old dig site, it's the cradle of civilization, home to the world's first cities, the birth of writing on clay tablets, the spark of laws and kings. For weeks the team toils under armed guards, their shovels scraping against layers of sand that hide millennia. Sweat soaks their clothes, dust chokes their throats, but they push on, driven by a quiet hope for something extraordinary. What happens when hope turns to shock? One blistering afternoon, a worker's tool clangs against stone, not the usual pottery shard, but a massive granite slab sealed tight as a vault. The team gathers, hearts pounding as they decipher faint engravings. Some look like Sumerian cuneiform, the wedge-shaped script of ancient scribes, but others, strange glyphs, swirling symbols no one's seen before, like a language from a forgotten dream. With careful hands and held breaths, they pry open the entrance. A rush of dry, ancient air escapes, carrying the scent of eternity. Flashlights pierce the darkness, revealing a chamber untouched by time. Smooth stone walls etched with more symbols, a raised platform in the center, and there, stretched out in silent majesty, a colossal skeleton. Feel the chill run down your spine as you stand there, staring at bones that dwarf any human frame. Over 12 feet long, the skeleton lies as if sleeping, arms crossed over a chest broad as a doorway. The limbs are unnaturally long, the fingers thick and powerful, like they could crush rock. But it's the skull that steals your breath, massive, with a high forehead, deep ridges running from crown to jaw, eye sockets wide and angled, giving it an otherworldly gaze. No decay mars the bones, they're pristine, as if the tomb was designed not just to bury but to preserve a secret the world wasn't ready for. Symbols line the walls, repeating motifs of winged figures descending from stars, matching tales from Sumerian texts of the Anunnaki, gods who came from heaven, teaching humans fire, writing, and the arts of war. Why would someone build a tomb like this, hidden so deep? The team whispers in the dim light, their voices echoing off the stone. Dr. Fastbender kneels, tracing a glyph that looks like a star raining down on a city. "This isn't a king's grave," he murmurs. "It's a vault for something forbidden. No gold treasures, no jewels, just the skeleton and walls that tell a story of visitors from the sky." The Anunnaki, those ancient sky people from Sumerian clay tablets, were said to land in Mesopotamia, mine gold, and shape humanity from clay mixed with their essence. Legends or truth? As the team carefully extracts the remains, wrapping them in protective cloth under the watchful eyes of guards, a sense of dread mixes with excitement. What if this isn't myth? What if it's proof? The journey back is tense, the skeleton crated and shipped under heavy security to a lab in Europe. Days turn to weeks as scientists huddle over microscopes, sequences humming like a heartbeat. Then the results hit like a thunderclap. The DNA isn't human. It's close, eerily so, but laced with sequences unknown to science, chromosomes twisted in ways that defy evolution, genes that code for impossible strength, height, even faint traces of something extraterrestrial. "Anunnaki," one tech whispers, her voice trembling. The word hangs in the air, pulling threads from dusty Sumerian epics, where these beings descended from the planet Nibiru, engineering humans as slaves to mine gold for their dying world. Zecharia Sitchin's controversial translations of those tablets claim the Anunnaki spliced their DNA with Homo erectus, birthing modern man. Crazy, or the key to why we suddenly leaped from caves to cities? What if your ancestors weren't alone in the cradle? The lab buzzes with hushed debates. The skeleton's DNA shows markers for gigantism, but not the disordered kind from pituitary tumors. It's engineered, stable, designed for a body that could build ziggurats with bare hands. And those unknown sequences, they match anomalies in ancient samples from Egyptian mummies and Native American mounds, hints of a global footprint. Imagine the emotion. Scientists, hardened by years of digs, feel their world crack. One technician, tears in her eyes, says, "If this is real, we're not the pinnacle. We're the experiment." The Anunnaki, once dismissed as myth, now stare back from a petri dish, their legacy etched in spirals of code. But why hide such power? Sumerian texts, like the Enuma Elish, describe the Anunnaki as creators and destroyers, gods who fought among themselves, flooding the earth when humans rebelled. Gilgamesh's epic hints at their departure, leaving kings to rule in their image. The tomb's symbols, winged discs, star maps, suggest this giant was no ordinary ruler. He was a bridge between worlds, buried to seal a secret too dangerous for mortals. As news leaks, whispers in academic circles, frantic emails, the world shifts. Governments take notice. Vatican scholars pore over scrolls, and online forums explode with theories. Is this proof of ancient aliens or a hoax to stir chaos? The heart aches with the weight. If true, our story isn't one of solitary evolution. It's one of intervention, of gods who walked among us and left their mark in our blood. Feel the pull of history as we rewind to Sumer, 4000 BC, where clay tablets etched with cuneiform tell of Anu, Enki, and Lil, sky gods who shaped fate. Uruk, the dig site, was their heartland, temples rising like mountains to honor them. The skeleton's tomb, sealed with glyphs only half understood, feels like a final message. We were here. DNA tests reveal more. Mitochondrial lines tracing to the Middle East, echoing the Eve hypothesis but with twists, suggesting multiple Adams from engineered stock. One researcher, voice-breaking, says, "We're hybrids, children of stars and soil." The emotion surges, pride in our ingenuity, fear of our origins, wonder at the cosmos that birthed us. What if giants walked with us? Reports flood in, 12-foot skeletons from Lovelock Cave in Nevada, red-haired behemoths buried with feathers, 18-foot bones in India, dismissed as elephant remains. Native American lore speaks of star people, African epics of sky ancestors. The Anunnaki king's DNA matches fragments from these finds, a genetic thread weaving through time. They imagine the terror and awe. Our ancestors, small and frail, gazing up at 12-foot beings with knowledge of the heavens, teaching agriculture, law, astronomy, ziggurats, pyramids. Were they built by human hands alone or guided by giants who knew secrets of stone and sky? Why did they vanish? Myths converge on catastrophe, the flood, a deluge wiping slate clean. Genesis echoes Sumer's tales. Nephilim, giants born of sons of God and women, filling earth with violence until waters rose. The Anunnaki, per tablets, retreated as chaos reigned, their king perhaps the last, entombed to sleep through the storm. Interbreeding diluted their line, survivors blending into royalty, pharaohs with elongated skulls, Sumerian kings deified. But traces linger. Elongated skulls in Paracas, Peru, red-haired mummies in China. The DNA whispers they're not gone, echoes in us, in leaders who seem larger than life. The cover-up begins. As results spread, doors slam. Labs go dark, funding dries, whispers of national security echo. Intelligence agencies, religious orders, they watch, fearing the truth upends faiths, economies, power. If Anunnaki engineered us for gold, what does that say about our greed, our wars? The emotion chokes, excitement at discovery, betrayal at suppression. One archaeologist, eyes fierce, says, "They fear we'll see ourselves as pawns, not children of God." But faith adapts. Perhaps the Anunnaki were fallen angels, their creation a corruption of divine image. What does this mean for you? Staring at that DNA helix, twisted yet familiar, you feel small yet connected. To stars, to ancients, to a story bigger than one life. If giants shaped us, our potential is vast. Strength to build, wisdom to heal. But it warns too, hubris felled them, floods their legacy. Live with purpose, seek truth, embrace the mystery. The tomb's king, silent sentinel, urges, question, explore, remember we're stardust with souls. The sands shift, secrets stir. This discovery isn't end, it's beginning, cracking open history's vault. Will we embrace it or bury it again? Your thoughts matter. Share below what hits hardest. Subscribe, like, join the conversation. Until next, chase the stars, they might chase back.